Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Kayla C1. Thank you for being here. Kayla says Grand Rising Soul Flow TV and also Grand Rising Soul Flow and the Morning Thoughts family. And like a phoenix, we rise. And I like my cup. Uh, Wait, let me see. Up. Hey, shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to Darling Walter Riley, Arlene Kid 876. Good morning. Great goodie. What? Great goodies. Great goodies. Good morning. Nature Man. Good morning. Big up Nature Man. Thank you for being here. Alicia, good morning. Alicia Thornhill, Augustus. When you see me do this, I'm aging. So may I try read from a distance. See if I need glasses yet. See? Good morning. Cliff Lindsay, good morning. Carolyn Scott, good morning. And Vicky Victory, good morning. Michelle Williams, good morning. And Tamika Brown, good morning. Thank you all for being here. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, special, big up, and shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, and when I say clean-hearted, good-hearted people who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You deserve respect. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck driver, long-distance truck drivers. Shout out to my brother Troy Star's trucking vlogs on YouTube. Shout out to the people that's collecting the garbage, cleaning the streets, all the way up to the people in those big CEO position and corporate offices. Shout out to every single human up this morning and out to get it. By the sweat of a man's brow, so shall he eat bread. Don't it? And we're working for hours. Morning, people. In my cup this morning is some hot water and lemon. Fresh squeezed lemon. And I started my workouts again. So I should be looking pretty in shape pretty soon. Health is wealth. Yes, I have to protect your health. I tell people all the time, I said, if you have $1 million or $100 million, once your health starts to fade, you will give back every penny of that $100 million. That's what we've seen, right? The richest of richest person gets sick and their money can't save them and they're going. And even every penny of it can't save you. So protect your health. And once you have health, you have something to be thankful for, right? Health is wealth. Without health, you're going to have to sort yourself out. Morning, people. Morning, morning, morning. So we got a couple of things we're going to talk about this morning. For those of you who are not familiar with T.i and Tiny, go get familiar real quick with who T.i and Tiny is, and then we're going to have a conversation about that. I just want you to be aware of who we are talking about. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about the 365 days of the week for 2 years straight. Somebody is wondering what that is. No need to wonder anymore. I was just thinking, so this is a bit personal, but I'll share it. When I think me and wifey broke a record. I don't know if we did. I think we did. So leave in the comment section if you've lived this before, if this has happened to you or in your life before, and if y'all are still together and these kind of things. So when me and wifey met a few years ago, you know, things were hot and heavy. Just like how all relationships start out hot and heavy, and you want them all the time and they want you all the time, and it's exciting and all that stuff. And then that quickly wears off, right? And then you get into relationship. You start to know each other, start to find out each other's faults and the things that you don't like. And then you might see some kind of attitude or some kind of thing that makes you say, man, I don't really know. And then, oh, okay, I'll work with that. And then you continue some more and the thing develop, you know? All right, for us, 365 days for 2 years straight, we did the do. You know what I mean by did the do? We're big people, we can talk. We did the thing. See? We were having sex for 365 days straight for 2 years straight. back-to-back year. No joke. No joke. Darlene Walter Riley, listen, I thought about it yesterday and I said, you know, so we broke a record. We must have broke a record. It got to a point where even we were looking at each other and we kept saying, is this even real? Like, is this normal? I mean, okay, in the beginning, we didn't question it. We just noticed that things be fresh and new. And we did, you know what I'm saying? You were into each other and you wanted each other. But like one whole year gone by, and we were traveling a lot. So we were in a lot of hotels. Like we would take a contract and I would be on a contract out in some far part of Texas. And then on the weekends, we would go out into the city, like out into Houston, and we would go have some fun, you know, go dine and them kind of things there, go to a club and these kind of things, have some fun together. Kai wasn't even born yet. So we've been together for 5 years and change now, and Kai's 2. So that's to tell you, we had some time to have fun together, to figure each other out a little bit before we started having children. So 365 days. And it got to one point where we were like, every hotel we go to, we had to do it. That's just us marking the hotel, right? And it started to become fun. And then it got from that to it just became a normal thing. And this is while working. I was working like 12-hour days, 14-hour days, and these kind of things, and it would still go down. 365 days for 2 years straight. Never missed a day. Never missed a day. I was watching this Chris Rock. Chris Rock was doing a stand-up comedy. And, you know, Chris Rock got divorced. And they asked him, and he said, you know, it's not his fault. I mean, it's not his wife's fault. If anything, more or less, it was his fault. And the biggest thing that he blamed was they stopped having sex. Because, you know, arguments would happen. And then when the arguments happened, he would be so ticked off that he would go sleep in another part of the house. Or he would just not go home. And his advice to people who are in a relationship, a committed relationship, and you want your relationship to continue to grow and flourish and stuff, or if you're in a marriage and you want your marriage to not fall apart, one of the major things, see, nobody talks about this. Churches don't talk about this. For all those of you who go to your church and whatnot, or you're into that, they don't talk about this kind of stuff, how important intimacy is. I mean, 365 days of the year is too much. It's honestly, I can say it's too much. Some people say it's never too much. It is. It's too much, especially when you are working people. Because she was running her stuff online and I was on feet on the street and running online business as well. So we still found time. I mean, good constructive stuff too, you know. No, one thing quickie and gone to bed. Sometimes it was twice for the night and these kind of things. I don't know what we were going through. I don't know what we were going through. I guess it was just the chemistry was so much, you know. In life, sometimes you meet somebody and your chemistry is just undeniable. It's just, it's like a roaring fire kind of thing. I don't know if some people ever get that. Some people don't get a chance to experience that. You know, you might experience meeting somebody and you think, I think I'm in love, and yeah, but this is not so, of course. And, you know, you drag your feet into it and convince yourself that this is, but then there are those explosions of a chemistry. And I think we had one of those. Definitely think we had one of those. And for 365 days straight, for 2 years straight, I knew it started to change when we skipped a day one time. And when we skipped a day one time, I said, I think we were traveling and we were in a hotel. And there was a night we didn't do the hotel. I think we did a 2-night stay at the hotel or a 1-night stay at the hotel. And it didn't happen because that probably was our first argument where I decided, man, I'm going to sleep on the couch or sleep in the other part of the suite that we had. And it never happened. And by the next day, we were packing our bags and leaving, and it weighed on me so heavily. Like, is this the end of it? Does it mean it's gonna fall apart now? And I really had to sit and think, like, bro, 365 days for 2 years, y'all been going too hard. No pun intended, too hard. It's okay. Normal is starting to happen now. So embrace the normal. Yeah. Embrace the normal and work with it. So That is one thing that Chris Rock said in his comedy stand-up thing, where he jokingly talked about his life and why they got divorced and all that. He said some of the funny things about no, he's older now. He's like, I'm 45 or I'm 50. He just turned 50, and when he meet girls now, they're usually younger and they're Chris Rock and all that. He's like, I'm not looking for a partner. His advice was, don't ever stop. Don't ever stop having sex. And he was the one that said, for you guys out there, because he was unfaithful. He was unfaithful. He gave it away while he was on the road. He was doing stuff with groupies, and it cost him his marriage. And he said, Gully Goddess 617 Coke, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Hey, what's going on? I recognize that face, that icon. Big up and thank you for being here, and I appreciate that. Somebody says, how's 365 days possible? Don't she have a cycle? I'm gonna run through red light, man. Real talk. We grown. Real talk. Run through red light, everything. So anyhow, we grown people, man, you know, put on a sheet or put on a towel and the thing go and same way, you jump in a shower and wash up and come. Yeah, them kind of thing. They are jumping in the shower with her and wash out yourself. And I could actually help some of you guys who are being lackadaisical and forgetting about your wife's needs, because she does have needs. I make sure I check, because now that we have children and we have work and we are on business and this and that, we get lost from each other, and I could feel the disconnection. So I'm gonna ask her straight up, you want some? You want to do something? Yeah, anytime. So you have to check in. You have to check in and make sure that she's doing okay. We as men, we tend to get, so let me say this first before I go into that. So Chris Rock said, don't stop doing it. And he said to the guys out there, his mistake was sometimes he was like, oh, I'm too tired. But he wasn't really tired, because he would be sitting there watching TV for a whole other 2-3 hours before he even fell asleep. So he realized now in hindsight that he was ignoring her needs, not, you know what I'm saying? And she wanted him, come, babe, come, let's go to bed. And him now go, yeah, I'll be up in a minute, then he'll fall asleep. And he had those extra 3 hours to spare. 3 hours is a long time. You don't need but 5 minutes. And I'm you know, that's me when I'm trying to get something real quick. I'm like, babe, I could do it. I could do it quick. You know, less than 5 minutes. Because she's like, no, I'm busy. Stop me. I have to do this. I'm like, just 5 minutes. Not even need 5 minutes. I'll make it real quick. You know what I'm saying? I have to plead the case sometime and express the urgency sometime, like, girl, why you like right now, for real? You know? Them kind of something there. So he said, man, stop giving away the stuff. You forgive your wife everything. Give her the 1 minute thing, give her the 3 minute thing. On your best days, give her the marathon. If you have it tonight, you forgive her, give her everything. She get the quickie, she get that's what wifey is for. That's what she is for. She get the quickie, she get the bad one where nothing ever happened, and she's like, man, because y'all women do that. We're going there sometime, go bend up, we're back in a S, and you're left like, I was looking for a little bit more, yeah? But now I'm not trying to say pressure yourself and go 365. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that happened for us. That happened for us. And I was thinking about it last night, and I thought, I got to share this on Morning Thoughts. And this morning, when I wake up, I was still thinking about it still. So here I am sharing it with you. But the real thing, what he was saying is, for a man, nobody dash it out the road, brother. Give her all of it. All of it. The bad, the good, the ugly, the quick, the fast, the slow, the long, she get the whole life. So I could have been a 1 minute man on Monday, and then I made up for it on the next Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever y'all do it again or whatever. But keep that fire. Try to keep that fire blazing, because he let the fire die. He purposely let the fire die, and now he regrets it because he lost his best friend. You know what I mean? And because he is Chris Rock, now it's hard to find somebody, because he's been in the industry for a long time. He's made hundreds of millions of dollars. So now he doesn't know who's coming at him for, you know, it's different when you're with somebody who you started out with. If y'all don't know it, when me and Brains met, I had like 8,000 and something subscribers on SoFlo TV. That's it. about 8,000 and something subscribers on SoFlo TV. And she met with me when I was like printing out flyers. A lot of people don't know what it takes to grow one of these channels, this grassroots thing. I was printing out flyers and doing promo runs, like literally going on the road and searching for Caribbean communities and finding their restaurants. You know, when you go on Caribbean restaurant, you'll see they always have like a counter area where they will put up flyers and posters and whose party coming up and all this. Vicky Victory, you remember, right? So, and I would do giveaways. I would do a lot of giveaways. I was giving away $100 a week. I gave away $100 a week for like 8 months straight. $100 a week and it was stuff like, whoever watches the last 4 videos, tell me which video I said this phrase in. It would make my audience go watch the last 4 videos. And to you, it's like $100. That, and they used to kill me too. $100, and that you give away. Keep your $100 and the money that. But there were a lot of other people, and I know what $100 is to a lot of people, especially when you don't have it. So I was like investing in my show, investing in my platform, building it, and I would give away $100, give away the next $100. As they answered the question, I Western Union them the money, and also had them do like a short something to say, hey, I am so and so, and I got the money. I was the winner of the last. So other people know that it's real. He is giving away the money. Only 8,000 subscribers or so I had. Matter of fact, I think it was probably about 7,000 something. The channel was just taking off and at that level. And I was so excited. I was so excited because to go from when you used to put up a video, the video would be up for a month. And I would go back and check on a video I put up a month ago. Remember, I put up video every day. So in a month, if I'm giving you at least 1 a day, that's 30 videos at least you had for the month. So when I go back and look at the first 1 and 2, they still had 7 views, 10 views. Nobody wasn't tuning in yet. So I had to design ways for people to tune in. I know I had something to talk about. I had something to say, but how do I get the people to come to me? Because YouTube is huge. YouTube is huge. I think there is literally, they said 100 million or 1 billion videos on YouTube and millions of channels. So people get on YouTube, and they're not necessarily going to find you unless y'all kick up some dust. And I had to think about how to kick up some dust, how to get people to see me and gravitate towards the platform. And she was a very instrumental part of building this SoFlo TV brand right here, right? So shout out to Wifey for that, man. Plus the fact that I also thought women, especially the women who like to deny their husband all the time, oh, I'm tired, Lord, I can't do it, and I'll do them something again, and don't do it, don't do it. We talk about your spouse being your one-stop shop. Them have to be a one-stop shop, meaning everything we can get at that store, someone go at that store. This is how Walmart beats everybody. Walmart started out selling watermelons. Sam Walton started out selling watermelons. Sam Walton realized that people would buy his watermelons, but then they would go somewhere else to buy everything else they needed because he was only selling watermelons. So what he did was he actually walked around, drove around, looked at what every other store is selling and incorporated everything they were selling into his one store. That mindset right there, straight up business. And what happened is now we have what's called a super Walmart. You go to a super Walmart, you have a whole grocery section on one side, you have clothes and all this other stuff on another, then you have electronics, and then you could go to Walmart and pick up chicken for dinner, and then pick up an outfit to wear go out, and then pick up a brand new TV, and then go pick up something for your car, some oil because the car oil low and it need oil, or stop and get your oil changed and your tires flipped and balanced and put a new tire in at the same place that you grocery shop and buy clothes and shoes or everything else. That's what you call a one-stop shop. So we have to be with one-stop shop for you. Yeah, babe. Morning, babe. I heard the door sensors So you're outside, your workout. She's on her workout again as well. So finally we get to that place. But yes, you have to be the one-stop shop for your partner. See, this is the place where them can go and get everything. Now in a relationship, one-stop shop might mean somebody to talk to. It means a shoulder to lean on. It means that place you go for a warm hug. That place you go for somebody to pick you up when you're feeling down, or some meaningful conversation, or somebody you can just share a glass of wine with and babble and laugh and talk about everything and anything. And then all your sexual needs and all that, everything met in one place. At the same place, you have to get your arguments and your disagreements, and you have to go work it out. Everything in that one shop. So it's my one-stop shop that. See? It's always my one-stop shop that. And I was thinking, in the 5 years we've been together, I would say probably 5 times. It's probably about 5 times that my wife has told me no in 5 years. And she's on here, so she would probably say, you lie. It's not no 5 times. It's probably 2 times or something like that. Me no know. Sometimes we do the thing, and I come back the next day, and I'm like, or next 2 days, and I'm like, babe, we're overdoing it. Like, come on, we can do a thing. And she's like, and I'm like, the last time was like a week and a half ago. Like, I feel like dry up. I'm withering, need something. And she's like, you lie. It was 2 days ago. It was 3. So for me, two days feel like, sometimes 2 days feel like a long time ago. It's not that it wasn't good and memorable. It just feel like a long time ago. KL Beats says win a count. I guess. So I'm like, yeah, come on. And she's like, it was just 2 days ago. Or 3 and 4 days ago. I'm like, no, it's about 2 weeks ago. Matter of fact, it's about 2.5 weeks ago. Them kind of thing. That's a shout out to wife, man. That's a good trait. Stop telling man no all the time. And men have awkward, like, if y'all don't know this, some women don't understand the physiology of a man's body. That means how it works. See, some people talk anatomy and physiology now. The man body works. It doesn't work on your timing. A man will force his body to work on your timing, and that's where you might run into problems sometimes, because you rev up and him pretending to be rev up, and next thing you know, when it's ready for start and it stop where it start, and you're disappointed. You're like, the car is revving and ready to go, like get in and drive, and there's no getting in and driving at this point because his body not ready, and his mind and his body is not connecting. So the mind and the body of the man has to connect, and sometimes our body connect in weird hours. This is why it's important for you to not say no, ladies, like that. Someone will take it a habit and say no like almost all the time, and it forced the man to start because everything bother him at the wrong time of the day. Sometimes it happens when you're at work, in the middle of the work day. You have to just hold it up and tuck it in your belt and tie up your belt and hope nobody at work sees it. These kind of things are in the middle of the night. It happens in the middle of the night in your sleep. And you're ready and she not ready are the worst thing. No, when you're ready and she not ready, she can make herself ready. That's the thing. A woman can make herself ready at any given time. A man can't make himself ready at any given time. It must be this and this have to connect, and you got to be in tune. So, man, if you're ready, if he's not ready, it ain't gonna happen. Or if it happens, it might pop down in the middle of it happening, or you might go there and knock on the door and drop asleep, or all kind of something happen to man. That's just life. Nature is not fair. Nature is not fair. I tell my wife, say sometimes I wish that God had created us where, we can just go 24/7, because sometimes I just want to live in it. So I'm wanting the 24/7, and I can't. That's how physiology, anatomy and physiology work. Yeah. So the thing popped down after me, boom, M16 fire off. And sometimes I'll fire off all 2-3 rounds, boom, boom, and then pop. And when it popped down, it's time I try to hold and cuddle and have a conversation. I roll over and go sleep. That's all you can do. I'll wait for your cycle to come around again. Yeah. So don't say no. Because if you have a good one and it's ready, just jump on it. And that's not going to tell you. or Position yourself so he can use it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It happens in the night. One of the best things that wifey used to do. Right now, Pitney in our bed, and we're trying to get Kai to go over to his room. Kai is just now starting to go to his room, like go in his room, go chill for a couple of hours. He fell asleep in his room yesterday. I think this is about the second time he's done that, or third time. But he'll wake up and find our room and be in our bed. And then we have Milani, baby girl, is in the room. She's not in the bed. Because wifey said she now put her in the bed. Like how we had put Kai in the bed. And now Kai don't want to come out of the bed. And he's 2 going on 3. So now we have 2 kids in the room. See? So not now really going in the room like that now with no 2 kids in the room. Yeah, if I catch up around one corner and try to take peace real quick and then go. I say, oh my God, he's coming and come up and act like nothing now and go on. And, you know, it changed. The kids changed it. But when they're not in the bed or when they weren't in the bed, one of the dopest things is, I see some woman I put on something and go to bed. Listen, a man is a visual creature. And I know sometimes the room dark and you might think, I'm not going to say anything anyway. And you put on a bonnet and you put on a pajama and the pajama look like man pajama and them kind of some big heavy cover up. Even in some hot places that you living in, such a turn off. I'm speaking for the brothers. It's such a turn off. So sisters, listen to me. You have to give us something where even in the dark, if she have on something sexy, I feel in that dark, I could feel it. And in my mind is building a picture like, I know how she shape around that, so, and then I feel a little lace around down there, so, okay, so this feel like, oh, you know, and you start visualizing it, and then next thing you know, that you want to visit, them kind of something that's she would sleep naked most of the time. She would sleep naked most of the time, which was cool. Because those times when I was working 16 and 14 hours, was coming at some weird times. And most of the time it would be like dead middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I could feel it in my sleep. And it'll wake you up out of your sleep too, because you're like, like you try to turn it and lay down on it a little bit and see if it will go away and it's not going away, and you're like, okay, man, I gotta do something with this. That's why married life sweet too, you know, because I can't imagine being single and you wake up with that. See, so she there, I'm just roll over, and she never said no. It starts with, oh my God, I'm trying to sleep. Oh, and then, oh. It went from trying to get some sleep to, and before you know it, things are going again. Yeah? So you have to just make yourself accessible, ladies, and make yourself sexy. Sexy up yourself. Sexy up yourself. I think one of the most powerful things on earth is a woman who owns her womanness. Powerful with it. Me not lie. Y'all know that most of the powerful men that get in trouble and all this, and notice that that's what it is. A woman who owns that. I don't care about size and all that. You're bigger and still sexy. It's your confidence. Trust me, we see it. You see it? We see it. And carry yourself like that. Some women walk like we used to make fun back in the day and say, she walk like fair something just mad with she, or it not good at all. You can tell by the walk. You know, she just walk like she not care. Like not good under this, she not care. And then you have some women that walk like say, boy, she walk like it a squeeze her. Like there's something there's a type under there squeeze her. Or she walk like I'm carrying precious things under here. Cause just the walk alone will do something for the man. So you carry yourself around him. You see? I don't know. I'm trying to spice up somebody's relationship this morning. I'm trying to spice up somebody's relationship this morning. And our relationship is normal. It's normal. People look at other people and be like, oh, couples, goals, fantasies, they're rocking it. Our relationship, normal. When I said normal, I mean normal. We are 2 spicy people. We are both steep in our culture. No Jamaican people stay already. So yes, it does get to the point sometimes where she can't tell me nothing, and me can't tell her nothing, and foolish argument this, me don't want to hear it, and this and that, and she have her opinion, I have mine, you know, and it gets to that point sometimes, And we have our disagreements and our all that. And then we, you know, we get mad at each other and all that. And in all that, get back to that. You see what I'm saying? In all that, get back to that. That's what Chris Rock was talking about. In all that, get back to it. Don't let it drive you apart to where you're like, I'm gonna sleep over here, and then you start sleeping over there next. He said he moved from his bedroom to his living room couch. What he didn't realize was the living room couch was close to the front door. Bedroom upstairs. In essence, you're moving out of your house and you don't even know it. You know? And he did that. So this is an older man looking back and talking and teaching, and he went from the bedroom to tired of our nagging argument, whatever, all this. Can't find no common ground. I don't even want to talk. I go sleep downstairs. And he went from that to the next room, close, and he was right there at the door. And from that door, he went outside the home. See? So in all of it, get back to it. We normal people. Just got to find time to keep stoking that fire. Make it blaze up. Shout out to the person who says, oh, that's so unprofessional. Drink your tea before you come on live, please. Listen. That was for you. Hey, so listen. Here we gotta talk about this one. It's expected in a real relationship. Tamara Brown Ford. Yeah, you know what, Tamara, sorry. A lot of people don't think that. People think, oh, it's you get in a relationship, and if it's not fire sparking, I'm not even getting in that relationship. Okay. You get in a relationship, fire, spark on everything. Then they think this is gonna be forever. Exactly how it's gonna be. And the first sight of it changing, bags already packed, 1 foot already out the door. I'm leaving. When that's not how it really is. Every relationship starts off fiery. That fire fizzles. It takes work. It is much easier to be single. I recognize that now. I used to hear people talk like I'm like, oh, them my top both. You know, I'm single. It is much easier to be single than it is to be in a relationship. Because when you're in when you're single, you have to only worry about you. And you have to worry about your thoughts and ideas and how you don't have to share your space with somebody else. So you don't have to wake up and worry about she mad about what I said last night. Still, like, I wonder if we got one argument over this today, but I have to tell her this, and like, you don't have to worry about all that extra stuff. You can just get up and just go. Wake up and live. Go out there and look for some when you need some, if you want some, if you're that kind of person. And if not, some people try to hold it, but them can't hold it. So shout out to them for trying. But then I'm going to look at when you need it. And then when you don't need it no more, you discard that because it's not a permanent thing for you and you understand that. A relationship, a marriage is very much different. Very much different. With the mindset that you ain't going nowhere, you're going to have to work through a whole lot. And everything that happens in other relationships, healthy things, by the way, healthy things. I'm not talking about the fighting and beating up each other and them kind of something there. That's not what I'm talking about. But everything that happens in normal relationship, heated arguments are going to happen. Near breakup stuff is going to happen. I'm fed up on me no one there no more, me I left, it's going to happen. Go on if you want, go on, and then when she go, it's like, no, please don't go. It's gonna happen. All them something that gonna happen. That's in regular relationship. You understand? So you have to put in the work. Yes, Donna Mitchell, you got to put in the work, and it takes work. It takes constantly trying to be in tune with somebody else. Remember, man and woman are different creatures altogether. Altogether, we don't think the same. I think somebody wrote a book that said, act like a woman, but think like a man or something. I didn't even read that book, just the topic alone, the title alone. I don't want my woman acting like a woman, but thinking like a man. I need a woman that acts like a woman, thinks like a woman, a strong woman, and is a woman. That is your true beauty. That is your true beauty, the essence of who you are. A strong, beautiful woman that she don't have to force herself about think like no man, think like a woman. So you have two different creatures that are trying to stay connected all the time. With all Steve Harvey, thank you. Alicia, thank you. And Great Goodies, thank you. Babe says most men don't realize until they have daughters. Well, that's going on with me now. That's what's going on with me right now. I'm realizing now because I have daughters. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and Milani is 9 months old. 9 months old. So now I'm realizing, because I have to deal with them differently. My daughter gives me crazy attitude. My 6-year-old already gives me crazy attitude. My 6-year-old already let me know, say, I better be working hard and saving a lot because she'll come spend it. You know, they see things differently from small. I have 4 boys and I watch my boys, all of them. And they act different, think different. They're intrigued by different things. Their chain of conversation is completely different. That's the same thing with women versus men. So that makes a relationship pretty hard. You're dealing with a creature. I mean, I said creature, and it's not in a bad way, because you're a creature too. So you're dealing with two humans or 2 creatures who are different in every single way, trying to stay connected all the time. So relationship is work, okay? It's work. Sometimes you want to be mad at something for days, and you realize you can't do it. You can't do it because this uncomfortable air in your relationship is just like a cause, open another window for some other stuff to come in, you know? And that's another thing. Don't be in your relationship opening doors and windows and inviting in certain kind of energies and certain kind of things to happen. Some people create those things to happen and then act like, oh, I never saw this coming, but you did. Like, for instance, the woman who denies her husband like almost 7 days a week, after a while, the man not going to ask you for it no more. Matter of fact, he doesn't even want it from you anymore because his brain is already connected to a no from you. So it's not like he's going to be there and be like, oh, God, I want it so bad. He should just say yes. No, it's going to turn into, well, what's wrong with me? Why is she rejecting me? Maybe she's not attracted to me like that no more. And the same way how, you know, some women, they gain a little bit of weight, so they start cover up. And the husband, they are like, me love you in all shapes and sizes, my girl. They put on some pounds, so what? That's more pounds to work with. Come on, come. Like, you know, and she didn't know that. And she's thinking, oh my God, I'm not attractive. I don't want him to see my belly look so, I don't want him to see me. It's the same thing that men think when you start to reject them all the time. Your own man start cover up himself and move away from you and, you know, hide away from you. And eventually, human nature, somebody else is like, yeah, you so fine and all that. You married? America with them. And trust me, them Yankee girls are afraid for short. They really about keen, so short them real. So you getting your compliments and people out there fishing all the time. So somebody else is giving your boo some compliments and you're giving your boo beer rejection. That's a recipe for disaster. So don't open those windows in your relationship and those doors and let things come in and then you in there, oh, it mash up. You a cheater. Well, they had to cheat to get some. Cause you not give up none. What you think I'm gonna stop it because you decide to it not you not you have to talk. If there are things that can happen in a relationship that can cause you to be saying no all the time, but you have to communicate. You have to meet your partner and say, babe, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm absolutely not feeling any kind of sexual anything right now. You know, that kind of something that so them can talk about why. And y'all can work on that. I don't know. Yeah, and then you'll find out maybe, I don't know, man, I put on this extra 20 pounds. And then I look at myself in the mirror yesterday and I'm like, I don't even know how you find me attractive. Because I find myself attractive. You know, conversations will start and you can start to try to fix what is going on. But not just be like, no. Don't do it. One-stop shop is who you are if you're in a relationship. Trust me, try it. One-stop shop. Sometimes you have to do some stuff where, you know, it's not your liking, it's not your favorite thing to do, but it's your partner's favorite thing to do. So if them like it, go love it. That kind of stuff. So relationships are harder. Marjorie Trusty says, trust me, SoFlo, I think every woman should read that book because many of us fail to recognize the red flags in relationships and how to navigate. You know, they say never judge a book by its cover. I think I judged that book by its cover, by my own fault. So if you read that book and you got that out of it, where it's actually teaching women to recognize the red flags and all that, then maybe it's a good book to read. I'm just saying I never read it because I just didn't like the title of Think Like a Woman, Act Like a Woman, but Think Like a Man. We act how we think most of the time. So if you're telling a woman to think like a man, she'll eventually start acting like a man because that's how she thinks. You know what I'm saying? And a straight man now go on man energy in a thing. That's another thing. A straight man is not going to want man energy in his house, in his relationship, in his space. He's not going to want man energy. So when a woman start bring man energy, and women, y'all got to be careful because you are the mother of all things. So when it's easy, you can manifest that man energy. You have to be careful of that because when you start manifesting man energy, trust me, your man start look on you like, you know, like I'm looking at Daryl, or may I look upon David. Yeah, I want him to booba. You know, man, I say, well, yo, I want man this. And nothing but you're not attractive, my girl. And so some women do that. They manifest the man energy, you know, if something go wrong, and then go on like a man and muscle up the place. And it's funny. Somebody released a video of it's supposed to be a thug ghetto girl from Jamaica who was directing her lover during the lovemaking session. But she is so manly that the way how she was doing it, it was like, you know, I say, yo, turn it over here, so yeah, man, that's all right, that'll be all right, that's a yo. All right, so and it was funny to listen to, but it was so ill, creepy at the same time. So no man that is a straight heterosexual man is not going to want that man energy. It's a straight turn off. It's like having a man in your house or having a man, waking up to a man in my bed. If I went to sleep and I woke up and there was a man in my bed and I jumped through a window, like, or I just wake up and start fighting because where I do in my bed, you know, I'm man in my bed. I'm not into that. See, nothing against those who live like that. I'm just saying for us, man energy in your circle is not to be coming from your woman. So act like a woman, think like a man, for me, turned me off completely from that book. Because you think how you act. You think how you act. That is why you have people who say one thing, but you see them doing another thing. Because they can't act how they speak. You act how you think. See? And that was deep for me. That was deep for me. So, yeah, I didn't watch the book. I don't want to throw the book under the book. London Boy, shout out and thank you so much. London Boy says, push the like button, people. All right. Nothing for confuses about David. Because, yeah, David. Yo, David, I have to leave. Steve, you're acting a real money girl. And the man won't say it to you, ladies. He won't say it to you. He'll just know that he's turned off completely. And then it leads back to later on, no, you are trying to get something. Because, you know, women have their needs just like men, and them love doing something too, just like we. So nobody thinks that some men are of the notion that we love sex and we that. No, them love them thing too. Them want it too, just like that too. So later on now, when you come forget the things, he's looking at the same David or the same Steve. He's not attracted. So it travels throughout your relationship. So that's why I say there's nothing more beautiful and more powerful than a woman and all the essence of a woman. And she knows this and she harnesses that power. And you know what I said, from the way she walk to the way she talk and all that. Just that womanly woman. Bring all that. Don't bring no man nothing. I have all the man stuff. All right. And we have to mix the two of them and make something beautiful. Not bring no man nothing though. Because then we can't mix nothing and make nothing. Right. Susan Sai, not everyone is your soulmate. Oh God, where that come from? Marjorie Trusty says, Soulflow, read it if you can, and would be good to do a morning thought on it. You know what? Let me write it down because I'm not gonna read it. It was Steve Harvey that wrote it, right? Steve Harvey. Think like a woman, act like a man. Or think like a man, act like a woman, something like that. All right. I wrote it down. I'm definitely going to go try to find that book and read it, or e-read it, or something like that, so we can have a discussion on it. Steve is a black brother. Some people call him sellout. I don't know about none of that. I just know that I don't want to throw his stuff under the bus. You can do damage, great damage. Right now, there's over 400 people on here, and if I talk about that book in a negative light and don't balance the argument, that's potentially 400 people who would say, yeah, I'm not reading it either because Soulflow said, you know what I mean? It's not worth the read, because how are you going to think like a man but act like a woman and this kind of stuff? And so that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I was turned off by the title of the book because I couldn't understand the logic of how you think one way but act another way. But there are women on here that are telling me that it is worth the read, and they have read it, and I'm going to read it in their honor. And then when we're done read it, we can have one of those kind of discussions. Gully Goddess 617 Coke says, that book by Steve Harvey was made into a movie. Women need to learn nature, not thinking like a man. One title, never change. Mother, Nature, and Father, Time. So may I say. But I'm going to read it. Marjorie says, try read it and then we can have a discussion about it. I will. I will. 2 says, it's a good book, Soulflow. I never thought that I would like it, but I did read it. See that? Good morning. One and all, exploring and trying new things only make things better. That's Danelia Dunn. You have to be open to that too. You notice how when we talk about the relationship stuff, then the show goes longer and longer without knowing. We've been in here like almost 45 minutes now. We're 47 minutes into the show, and I just that I thought about. I want to get to the T.i and Tiny thing. But I'm enjoying this as well because trust me, this is a community where we talk and we help each other. Women have written to me before and said, Soulflow, please read this on your show. My husband watches you all the time. He's the one that got me into watching your show, and we don't miss a show. So read this, and he's going to know that it was me that wrote it in. Both of us are going to sit down because he respects your opinions and stuff. Sometimes even I said to him, say, everything Soulflow say, I agree with him. And he's saying, but Soulflow talks sense. So since he respects your opinion that much, read this to him. Because she have an issue with him, but he not listening. And when she read it, when I read her stuff and give my honest opinion, he gravitate towards that from a next man's perspective. Yeah, all right, brother, true. All right, now go try it. So somebody just said just now, which is Danelia Dunn, just said, good morning, one and all. Exploring and trying new things only make things better. For sure. For sure. Don't get boring in your relationship. Some people, when the relationship starts out, is when they want to try out everything. And then everything done in 1 month, and then you have nothing new to try. Or they're just not into exploring and, creating some excitement, some new way, and these kind of things. That's another thing that makes a relationship work. But it can be fun work. Work is fun sometimes. Yeah? So go and explore, man. Go and explore. But me now tell you if you go explore with everybody, That's not what I'm talking about. Some people out there live that kind of life. You out there exploring with everybody, you're gonna catch something that you can't give back. Well, you can give it back, but you can't fix it. So I don't explore with everybody. We're talking within the confines of your relationship. So go and explore. Ain't nothing wrong with exploring. You have to explore, matter of fact. You have to keep it spicy. Do something different every now and then. Darlene Walter Riley says, be creative, like I said earlier. For sure. For sure. And don't rush it. Don't rush it, because if you're, unless you see an end date, if there's an expiration date on your relationship, then you can't rush it. Most of the times it's the rush and the pressure and the woof surprise. I don't deal with surprises well. Another thing I could talk about, ladies, listen, you have different kinds of personalities of individuals, especially men. Some man loves surprises, so you can surprise him, you know, you dress up nice and put on a little something, and you know, says just him coming home and spark the fire. Some men, you do that, and them walk in from a 12, 14-hour day of work and they're not receptive to it. I'm one of those kind of guys. I got a million things going through my mind all the time, and you surprise me. And then I remember my wife did that one time way back, and I came home to lingerie, Mr. Sexy Lingerie to you know, man. She came home to me can't even talk right. I came home, just walked into a situation. And it should have been like, oh my God, in a heavenly situation, but the pressure was on so much and my mind was still running so much that she ended up thinking like, damn, I did all that and like he's probably not, is he not attracted to me or well, go on. And I had to explain to her. Like, yo, I've never been the type to like surprises. I did 10 years as an infantry soldier. I'm a combat veteran. I've been to war. I've been to combat. You see, surprises is what we use for either to attack the enemy, or surprise is, it means I'm in danger and I got to get up out of this. Am I being ambushed? So me take surprises differently. Yeah, so she can fix something and that something and then boom, jump out for me and my whole system shuts down. So you have to know your partner, how you go about your thing. Yeah, exploring is definitely always on the table though. You gotta be open. In more ways than one. You gotta be open. So I just sort of thing up. If she like it, me love it. That's how I am. If she want to do it, I'm down for it. That's how I am. So I mean, employ that. I'm trying to be her one-stop shop too. And when I say one-stop shop, people go away thinking, oh, he means the woman must be the one-stop shop for everything. No, I'm talking about you too, brothers. You have to be our one-stop shop as well, right? You have to reciprocate. Nature Man said, had that happen, true talk. Marie Johnson says, surprise can get you killed. Yes, then that's in my mind. Embedded in my mind. So surprise for me don't work. It don't work. So don't think that. And I remember wifey was feeling like something was wrong, and you know, like matter of fact, I remember Dai did a video. Here's another one. I remember Dai. Shout out to Dai. I remember Dai did a video where Dai said she put on her, you know, she took time, like she's feeling this person and they've been dealing for a while, and she said, yeah, she'll give him some. She decides, this, you know, he's worthy of. So she, the big woman, so she go get wax and she did the whole 9, everything shave and wax done this one, fix up hair, new hairdo. She did makeup. She find a nice, sexy lingerie, everything. Baby was hella confused. See, she right here. She said she was hella confused when I did that, and I had to explain. But Dai said she fix up and put on and everything. And she said the man just come and she said, God know him. The way I deal with it, just rah 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 and done. I roll over, and she was so mad, and she's like, you know, when you're mad and you see everything around on somebody, that's how she was. She was like, him cock up in big ugly foot them and just a snore. I couldn't wait for him left. Like the man not even take like a time for say, oh damn, turn around, let me see you. You know what I'm saying? Look on you, and that's something that will take all that time to put on You go buy this expensive piece of something, go put it on. You know, damn, your hair look good like that. I like that. You know, just sip a glass of wine before we get into all this and all that. That works for me. That works for me. So, fellas, if you go through the length and time, take your time. Show some appreciation. Now just pull something to the side and run up in there one time and then, yeah, let her know that her efforts were worth it. Yeah, that you appreciate it from head to toe. So that works for me. I'm going to take my time. I have to take my time. I have to build up vibes. I have to look upon you. I have to get turned on and, you know, extra turned on and appreciate all the things you do and turn on to something. Say that right. I say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go into it like that. Take your time, and I appreciate everything from head to toe. I mean, I get compliments to, you know, from head to toe. I like the hair, I like the makeup, I definitely like that outfit. Yeah. I wonder what it look like if you been over like that for me. Yeah, and all right, we're ready, kind of thing, and start deal with her now. Start deal with her now. Some man just go right for the kill. Right for the kill. She needs some romancing. She needs some romancing. She needs some touching. She needs some whispers. She needs some, you know, some sexy words in her ears and them something that kiss her down her neck and them thing that take a time. And a horse race. See? So that's how the thing go. We're at the top of the hour talking about this thing. I still can't do no T.i and Tiny. Let me go into the T.i and Tiny thing, man. On the too bad. So hear this. T.i and Tiny. Y'all know who T.i and Tiny is, right? T.i and Tiny are now on the radar and charges have been filed. And they've been accused by 12 women. This one attorney is representing about 10 of these women. So this is something like a class action lawsuit or something, I don't know, but they've been accused and they have been charged. I heard T.i said, okay, so it's out in the open. We do this. Different strokes for different folks. What they've been accused of is all these, remember Bill Cosby? Remember how all them women, the story line up? Remember that Hollywood executive, whatever his name is, I can't remember right now, Weinstein? These women are all sharing the same story at different times to different reporters and stuff, saying Tiny was the one who set the bait. Tiny set the bait. So Tiny would come and Tiny would find them in the clubs, and that she would come out, leave VIP, go down and search among the peasants and find the happy fans who would die just to be around T.i or Tiny. And she would pick them out and she would take them to VIP. Come on, come with us to VIP. And they're like, oh my God, we're with Tiny and we're going to meet T.i and we're going to the VIP. And once they get to the VIP, there would be all kinds of things in there. Some of the women said there was cocaine and then there was all other kinds of drugs, anything you want. And she would make sure that you got anything you wanted, popping bottles for you, and you know the alcohol is flowing. And they all said the same thing, that once they got tipsy, something must have been in their drink because they're sharing the same. Harvey Weinstein, babe, thank you. They're sharing the same. Once they got tipsy, some of them said they passed out, or before they passed out, they remember T.i coming along. And it's like Tiny would get them ready because them the threesomes as a couple. That's why T.i said different strokes for different folks. Yeah, we do this. But anyone we've ever done anything with, it's been consensual actions from consenting adults. We didn't traffic nothing. Matter of fact, he said, we have never trafficked anything. We have not, matter of fact, anything as far as people is concerned. He made sure he said that. Because, you know, his thing is, oh, he was a big drug trafficker before he got into the rap game and all this other stuff. So he's still trying to hold up that image. So I'm double back and clarified, we never traffic anything as far as humans are concerned. Because these are one of the charges. These are serious charges, you know. Human trafficking is one of the charges on the sexual assault, sexual misconduct, Those are the things they're facing: sexual assault, sexual misconduct, and human trafficking. Because woman said, or girl said, she was at one place, and next thing one girl said she woke up in a bed with their assistants on either side of them. She's in the middle of two girls, and she's butt naked, and her areas down there, under there, are hurting. So something went on. She don't even know how she got from the club to there. Now, it would be bad if one person said this. It would be bad if one person said this, but when two, and then three, and then four, watch the numbers, and then five, and then six, and then seven, and then eight, and then nine, and then 10, and then 11, and now we're at 12. And I suspect there will be more coming. So it's looking pretty serious for T.i and Tiny at this moment. Bro Shaka said that COVID time, so people have to find a way to make a hustle. Boy, yeah. Are you talking about the T.i and Tiny thing? I'm not so quick to dismiss. I don't ever want to be the guy. No, Bina said, do you want to be that guy? I don't ever want to be the guy that a woman says, hey man, I was sexually assaulted, and the first thing I jump at is money y'all look. Or the first thing I jump at is you lying. I wasn't there. And being a grown man, I know that a sexual assault can happen that fast. And it can happen in places where you would never think. So now the lawyer came out and spoke. I wish I had the video clip. Damn, my phone is over there. But the lawyer came out and spoke, and the lawyer said along these lines that they intend to press fully ahead. What he said, I've seen T.i.'s little public announcement thing that he did. But listen, a woman is consenting all the way up until you give her that drink. She consented. She went to the VIP with your wife. Y'all pop bottles. She consented again when she was drinking whatever you were giving her to drink. Once she became unconscious, there was no consent. She's unconscious. And remember, some of these women are saying they woke up in a different location. They woke up in a bed, in a house, somewhere, when the last time they remember is they met them at the club. They would talk to the wife. They got invited to the VIP. One of them says she remembers T.i coming over and rubbing on her, then started touching her in inappropriate ways, and that's the last thing she remembers. Something must have been in my drink, because I woke up in a bed with their two assistants, one on the right and one on the left of me, and me in the middle. I'm thinking, because, hey, I don't want to throw them under the bus, but some of these rich, wealthy people, they're into some freaky stuff. They're into some freaky stuff. And you might be looking at, because when you're that rich, when you've been around the world 2-3 times already, nothing really surprises you anymore. And you start to get dull to all the things that everybody else would find either exciting or over the board. You've done all of them. Yeah, Woody Allen, man. Nobody's fool. Woody Allen is a whole different story. Woody Allen is running though. He's running. Woody Allen's story is sick. Woody Allen actually married this woman. They adopted their daughter from a baby stage, raised that little girl. But I heard there's a documentary out now. If anybody has seen it, please tell me where to find it, because I heard everything is being aired out. Anyways, he adopted this little girl with his wife. And it came, I think, when the little girl got to young teenage, 11, 12, 13, she started seeing strange behaviors. And she spoke to him about it and said, I suspect something, whatever. And he was like, oh, no, that's my daughter. What? I would never. This man ended up marrying his little daughter that he raised. Like, when the sexual allegations started heating up, he left his wife for their daughter, and married her. Like, as soon as she turned 18, he married her. You know? So these people are into some different things sometimes. And then again, we could look at it like this too. T.i and Tiny, young, black, successful. They're in that $100 million club is what it's called. And I've been told that you don't exist in that $100 million. You don't get access to that $100 million club and that platform unless you play by certain games. And when you don't play right, they whip you. And whipping you could mean tarnishing you publicly, ridiculing and assassinating your character, even imprisoning you, and then taking away all your stuff. They had 2 shows running simultaneously. Both shows, I think, have been pulled at this point. They have a record label that's very successful. T.i is very successful as an artist himself. He also is in many movies now at this point. His acting career is taking off, so that Hollywood money is bigger than rap money, and he was already making millions in the rap world. Even Bow Wow said it. Bow Wow said he could do a movie and he don't have to drop an album or put anything out for 5 years because the money is different. So if you could translate over from rap into Hollywood and get into movies, it's a good move, right? We saw people like Ludacris did it. Tyrese did it for music. He went from that to transferred onto the screen, to the big screen. T.i just did that as well. And with all this success, boom, then comes this. So is this a case of breaking down their legacy, stripping him of his platform? Because you notice, once that Black Lives Matter stuff happened the other day, T.i was on the front lines of it. He was on the front lines of it, and he was telling this mayor to kiss his ass and that president to eat a you know what and F you and that. And now these people rub elbows. Billionaires rub elbows, okay? And usually millionaires have to circulate through and around billionaires to get their money going and, you know, their interests and all this. So these people are probably thinking, who's he? The boys gotten too big for his bridges. Oh, time to put him in his place, Bob. Time to show him who really runs the show, Bob. Nah, leave him. We're making good money off of him. And then he goes overboard. And they're like, nope, yank that collar, pull him in. Let him know who runs this. And you don't eat unless we say. You understand? So they play in that circle where all kinds of weird things have to go on. I don't know if that's what it is or if these allegations are actually true. I don't want to be the man that says to a woman, you lying, I'm money y'all look. Because imagine you tell a woman that and she's actually really a victim. And the first thing that came out your mouth is you lying, I'm money y'all look. You know? K Bella, didn't Morgan Freeman do something too close for comfort like Woody Allen as well when he married his step-granddaughter? Jesus Christ. Really? Morgan Freeman? I didn't know that. I know they came for Morgan Freeman though, and he ran like hell. I think it was one reporter that said in the back room he made inappropriate gestures and comments. He came on TV and cleared it up immediately. Listen, I apologize if you thought what I said was this and that, but it wasn't. I was joking around with everybody. I don't see anything inappropriate in the joke that I said. This is what I said, and he said it to the public. But if you took it that way, I sincerely apologize. It's not my intention to make anybody feel that way. He cleared his stuff up real quick. And Morgan Freeman keeps working, right? But T.i, with these kind of allegations, I don't know. Plus, you know, T.i got caught one time with a bag of guns. And I'm not talking about no regular guns. I'm talking about high-powered rifles with scopes and infrared beams and all these kind of things. And I believe some of them had the serial numbers scraped off of them. So he was looking at getting hit under the RICO law, like big boss law. You're using your rap money, your rap millions, to supply a whole group of street people and have stuff at street level. So you're trying to live corporate life and still be street boss, hood boss, the plug. And he was about to be gone for a long time. And then T.i was out in no time. And people said, nah. I remember Alpha Omega, a guy named Alpha Omega. You could probably go look him up on YouTube. He was T.i's right-hand man. And Alpha Omega came out and said it. And he hasn't changed his story to this date. Because I think he just did a recent follow-up where he said, I told y'all, man, a long time ago, I seen the paperwork. He threw me under the bus. He snitched on me. And he snitched on other people. He gave up a lot to get out. So once you start playing with them people there, you are their puppet. And then when you start getting too big for your bridges, they yank that chain back and they take your platform and they take your millions and they humiliate you in public. That's humiliating. That's humiliating. 12 women so far. 12. You don't walk away from that. Y'all know that. You don't walk away from that. You're a black man. You're not walking away from that. Not 12. 1, maybe. 2, sweep it under the rug, pay somebody off. 3, maybe. But 12? So I'm looking to see where this is going to go. And it don't look good. Viv Olad says, Mr. Soulflow, a lot of these things are to promote or for promotion. Yeah, a lot of the crazy stuff that go on in their life is for promotion. I understand that. But when law enforcement gets involved and real charges are being filed, I don't know what kind of promotion you want out of that. You know? Piazza Studio says 12, one too many to be cooked up. And it's 12 different women from 12 different places. You know, it's just like the R. Kelly situation. It's just like the R. Kelly situation. That's how I'm looking at it. Because, you know, this is back in the day, right? And I remember, because I had the VCR tape. And I remember watching that VCR tape. I was in Brooklyn at the time. And you know, Brooklyn hot because anything come out, you could get it. The boosters got it. The bootleggers got it. So me, you know, I even had like the movies where people walking across the screen, but I would get movies before the movies hit the theaters. So watch that R. Kelly tape, and I saw R. Kelly piss on that girl. And I was shocked. And I was one of them that took the tape out, put the tape away. I lost that tape when I left a relationship. I just left everything. And she box up my stuff them and get them away and sell what she sell. And, you know, so I lost the tape that way. But I wish I had that tape. And he got away with it. And now the same girl is back to say, it's me. It was me. I was too young back then. They paid off my family. Family told me to stay quiet. R. Kelly even paid for them to go on a round the world trip, far away somewhere, go travel. Why? And let this blow over. And now we're finding out that many people got paid off over a period of time because these incidents kept happening and he kept paying people off and paying people off. And then soon the numbers got so much that now it's too much to deny. See? T.i and Tiny has been doing that for years. There's rumor of there for years. I am not surprised. See, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But now I'm hearing that. 12. 2 years, unconvicted, no bond, free R. Kelly. R. Kelly did forget why a long time, kiss my teeth. Yes, long, long time. Long, long time. From the first video from way back when. When we look on the video, I see people, I was like, that's a little girl. That's the first time I actually saw like this is because now with the internet, y'all got prison because of child porn if it's in your possession. It was really a little girl. Come show them a fresh haircut. He's here to say, Daddy, the show done. It's past the 1 hour. Me just wake up and these things. Say hi. So Kai, you good, babe? Kai was pulling his hair out, right? I don't know why. It's something that he's been doing since he was born. He would just hold a part of his hair and just pull and pull and pull. So the haircut we gave him the other day with his hair on top, the boy started looking like a real senior citizen after he picked out the whole of the middle in there. So it looked weird. So I had to cut off all his hair. So we just gave him a low haircut and keep it like that. Him red and the hair and him hair brown. So so it looked like him don't have no hair. But you good, right, Papa? Hmm? Morning. You stretching? Juice? What kind of juice? Apple? Apple juice? Yes, people. So we're gonna cut it right here, but go look up the story about T.i and Tiny. There's extensive video out there about what's taking place. There are lawyers that are speaking that have taken cases. They are representing these females, and it's going all the way. So we might very well see T.i and Tiny in hot water pretty soon. Is it true or is it a witch hunt? We don't know. I don't want to be the one to say these women are lying when they're actually telling the truth. But let me close the video by saying this. Some of them too hype for stars. Some of them too, how should I say it now? What's the word I should use? Some people are so flat. Y'all give me a word, babe. Eh?
Then to starstruck and giddy.
Giddy and starstruck. That's why these people could do these things to them. Oh, it's Tiny. She's taking me to the VIP. We're going to meet T.i. And then you end up unconscious and in somebody's bed. Watch where you walk. All right? We'll leave it right there. And tomorrow morning, we'll see you right here on Morning Thoughts. Big up on yourself. Thank you. That I say you're cute, Papa. You're cute.
Just
Be a problem, you know. Watch your girl pick me them, cause my son can't bring home no belly. That's what my grandfather used to tell. That's what my grandfather used to tell the females in the community. You watch your daughter them, cause my son them can't bring home no belly. See? Just all right. Come. That is done. Have a great day, man. Spread some love around. Be good to yourself. All right. Smile throughout the day. Life is good. And for those of you if it ain't good right now, hang in there. It gets greater later. All right? It gets greater later. Big up on yourself. I'm out. Peace. Give them a peace sign. They can't see you. You gotta come over here. Give them your peace sign. Peace. Say peace. Peace. And we're out of here.